It's the economy, stupid, as a famous political hack once said. That's right, this was the mantra of the famous jerk James Carville, who made Bill the Bum a president. He's back in the news because of the communist takeover of the Dem Party. James Carville may be a political hack, but he was right about one thing. Elections often come down to the economy. The economy can swing who is elected the next president of the United States in 2028, much like Clinton secured victory during the mild dip in the economy. These results are easy to repeat. A reminder, remember I wrote a book called Decline of America about the American presidents. Clinton got elected because it was a mild recession just at the point where he ran against incumbent President George H.W. Bush in 1992. The irony is that the economy was rapidly coming out of that recession at the time he won the election. Had the election been even a couple months later, Clinton likely would have lost. He is undoubtedly the luckiest politician of the last century. Right now, Trump is fighting history to preserve his agenda. Traditionally, the party in power loses seats in Congress in the so-called midterm elections. That is this November. He only has a few seat margins, so every seat is critical. That is why getting gas prices down is so important. However, that is not the only consideration. The latest jobs report, this one for June, showed a disappointing 57,000 jobs were created. In this backwards market, the stock market went up, not down. The market went up since the financial bigwigs see this number as making it less likely the Fed will raise interest rates anytime soon. My concern is that regardless of gas prices, people having trouble finding work are likely to blame Trump and the GOP, not the commie fools running on the Dem side. The unemployment rate stayed low at 4.2%, but I question this number since this can go down when people who are unemployed simply stop looking for work. A popular report indicated that the number of people looking for work is at a 5-year high. I know people who have been looking for work for a long time and are no longer eligible for unemployment or working in less desirable jobs just to keep the rent paid. Trump is getting some economic help from an unexpected source. California and Washington have raised their state gas taxes just as Americans headed into the 4th of July weekend. This anti-consumer movement is not likely to help the Dems wrest control from the GOP. And of course, those whack Dems love to talk about rich people not paying their fair share. Recently, it's come out that California Dem Congressman Ro Khanna is part of a wealthy family through his wife with a fortune of about $200 million and lives in a $6 million mansion. What would he know about the class struggle? Not sure how this plays with the public, but the UN is in trouble. It is owed $4 billion by the U.S., $400 million by the CCP. Not sure why this disparity between these two large economies. There are some big numbers here. Trump has been on the campaign against the UN, so not too surprising that he is holding up payments. The U.S. carries 22% of the UN's funding. Many conservatives support booting the UN out of the U.S. Not paying the UN may actually boost Trump and other GOP candidates. The UN is surprisingly unpopular with the American public. Then there's a financial headline that definitely is not helping Trump on the political front. He and his family are raking in the dough from crypto, licensing and legal settlements, about $1 billion just in 2025. I oppose American politicians and their families advancing their fortunes while in office. It has been abused by both parties. It's time for us to fix this one once and for all. That's why you should subscribe and turn on alerts on your favorite platform so you can get news from sources like Saving America, where I dig deep to find stories that might not be on the slopstream radar. I appreciate your listening, commenting, and sharing. It means a lot to me to know that the work that I'm doing is getting out there. If you have a story you think is missing and needs to come to light, feel free to send it in.